Hey, we're live. Just setting up the view. Want to make sure you can see all of it, including my tripod. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to come to a standing position. And if you guys don't mind, before we get started, if you could drop your name in the chat, that would be great. That gives me some time to get some oil and to clear my mind and get this started. So if you have essential oils or if you like aromatherapy, go ahead and do that. It's always a nice way to start. And I have a bolster and a strap and a block today. Now, of course, as I say every time, you do not need any of them. But I like them because I have them. I'm kind of the prop queen. So if this is something that you would like to incorporate in your practice, my favorite and least expensive company is called Yoga Outlet. So if you want any of their products, Yoga Outlet is a great place to go. Who do we have? Oh, hi, Princess Leia. And I think that Dana's the other person. Hello, my people, my Thursday yogis. And anyone else who joins us this evening or on the playback. So once again, I start with an essential oil. And this is really just going to kind of calm my mind and try to give me between 50 to 60 minutes of just me time. Now, if you've had a week of distance learning because you have kids or neighbors or something that has affected you in terms of your distance learning, or maybe like something that has really been on my heart this week is a lot of our hairdressers and service workers who have not been able to get back to normal. You're totally on my mind, and I hope that you're able to get some time to just kind of let that fall to the side. There's things that come our way that we can't really control, things that we would never plan on, right? So if you have something that is really disturbing you, bothering you, has it on your head, has it on your heart, just take this time to really relax and give yourself a moment on the mat. I always like to say, meet it on the mat or leave it on the mat, and then you can kind of walk away with it. And hopefully when you do walk away, you're going to feel a sense of gratitude, a sense of alignment. And even if it's just for that mini moment, you can take that with you. But honestly, the real goal would to be able to find your peak state, your best state of wherever you are, in spite of the things that surround us. So go ahead and come to a comfortable seated position. Roll those shoulder blades back. And I'd like you to look to the right. Drop the head, neck, and shoulders. Look to the left. Drop the head, neck, and shoulders. And continue to go to the measure of your own movements. Either go all the way around if you're ready for that. I'm kind of not ready on that way, so I'm going to go a little bit gentle. It happens like if you've been on computers or something, it's kind of hard to get your full rotation. So honestly, go to where it feels good to you. And then take your shoulders up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. And go ahead and close your eyes. Bring awareness to your brain, your body, your heart. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. So we're just coming out of the new moon. It was a day and a half ago. And you might even see a black sky tonight. New moons are great times for us to return to that intention that we had back on August 2nd when it was a full moon. Full moon, you set your intention. New moon, you kind of revisit it. So think back to what you wanted for this month. Think back to maybe what you set out for, and sometimes those things change. And then let's have a reset button with this new moon. We got to put a pause on it, time out, start with something new. This morning I heard someone say, be grateful for the little starts, because those little starts snowball and they become big starts. Go ahead and let's set our intention by lifting up the hands, bringing it to your heart, rolling the shoulder blades back, keeping them at your heart, and then taking a nice inhale as you push out, round out the back, scoop out the belly, draw in, grabbing hold of all things that are new beginnings. Drop those shoulder blades, allow the hands to just drop to your lap. Do that again, come up. So we have an active meditation here, moving meditation. Roll it out, draw it in, and release. One more time. Up, down, roll the shoulder blades, grab on, and release. Go ahead and stay in your comfortable seated position. And then I'd like you to, maybe if you're ready, get into a lotus or half lotus. Roll the shoulder blades back and come forward. Now your forward fold might not be as far as you'd like it to go. That's why I like the block, because I can get my elbows down, which we're going to prepare for Sphinx today. We're going to do a lot of Sphinx. And this is the way your arms are in Sphinx, just like the Egyptian Sphinx. And then go ahead and just let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. So if you're using gravity, you don't have a block, you're just going to try to get your head, neck, and shoulders down and your elbows down to the mat. And then I want you to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing your neck and shoulders last and your head back to parallel. Roll out those shoulder blades. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, bring them to one side of your body. Doesn't matter which one, we're going to do both. So go ahead and lift and then look over the left side. So bringing out the intercostal muscle early on in our practice. And then come back up and over. And then I just realized that I didn't put my headset on, so I'm hoping you can hear me. If you're having trouble hearing me, please put that in the chat and I will make an adjustment. But for now, I continue. And then go ahead and fold forward. This time, make it a passive stretch where you reach as far as you can and then just ragdoll the head, neck, and shoulders. And then roll up. We're going to repeat that, but this time switch the grip. So that means you're going to put the opposite foot on top. If you have full lotus, you're just going to switch the top leg, the standing leg, okay? Roll those shoulder blades back again, and we go in for Sphinx. So elbows, head, neck, and shoulders relax. Or if you'd like to grab a block, you can do that too. And if you have a book with a nice spine that won't hurt your forehead, you can always do some of our block stretches with a book, like a nice big novel. A Harry Potter book would be perfect. And roll up. Again, head, neck, and shoulders come last. Chin is parallel to the mat. Arms reach up. Then one side. Look over the shoulder and twist some more. So you're really twisting as far as you can go. Take one more inhale. Exhale back to the center. Inhale again. Exhale over to the opposite side. And arms come up. And this time we have that passive stretch, so no block necessary. You just let the head, neck, and shoulders relax. So first you want to find your threshold as far out as you can, and then let the neck fall. Slowly roll up. I always say like you're dragging your fingers through sand. Release the first staff pose. So your legs are out. They're nice and close to the mat. Your back is straight, right? We're going to be nice and straight. Our head, neck, and shoulders are very aligned. Inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, fold. Try to keep your feet flexed as you reach beyond your feet. So like a good old-fashioned sit and reach from junior high. Drag your fingers through the mat. And then take your left leg over. Hold it nice and tight. Inhale, reach. Exhale, look over that shoulder. So that's why I always say you get one more in there. As soon as you find your first twist, you pull a little bit closer, deepen your pose. You really pull it in so you can settle in. And then you want to take a peek or just a feeling of that standing leg. If it's not flexed back behind you, go ahead and flex it now. Hold on, looking over the shoulder, opening up the hips, opening up the side body, getting a nice spinal twist before we get started. Ooh, I got a nice crack in there. Then come all the way forward, another forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Drag your fingers through. Taking the opposite foot. Hugging it nice and tight to your body. So as soon as you get that engagement, you're going to lift over, reach, and look over the shoulder. Then once you find that spot that's actually not your threshold, pull until you can find that threshold. Take a peek at the standing leg and bring it back towards your toes towards your face. Oh my gosh. We need to take this somewhere else, baby. And one more cycle of breath. And come on out. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. And then come on back. I want to show you something really cool. Go ahead and find Supta Baddha Konasana. Take your hands like they're scooping up. So we're going to have these arms a lot today. They're going to be in our Sphinx pose. I want you to tuck them under your legs and find that little crook. I often call it a puzzle. Like I feel like we have a lot of puzzles in our body. But yesterday I heard such an amazing way to place it. Sacred geometry. Yes. I was like, yes, it's totally sacred geometry. Bring your hands through, loop them down, and then find Sphinx hands again. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Hold it there. So you're in Supta legs, okay, or Baddha Konasana, rather, not Supta, but Baddha Konasana with a forward fold. In sacred geometry. And then eventually look down at your feet. There's another puzzle right there. Your forehead could fit in between the arches. Now I'm not that flexy today. I'm not ready for that, but I do know that you could get that forehead down, and there's another little puzzle. And release. And let's go into Supta Baddha Konasana. So take your feet close to the butt, as close as you can. First, go to your elbows. Find your kind of like your bearings, and then come all the way down to the mat. And let's do a little breathing exercise, taking your one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. We're going to do 3-part breath. So we're starting from the belly, way down here. We're going to make the air expand up through our chest. Let the chest kind of open up, puff up, and then we're going to bring it down in the same direction. So deep puff, like let it exhale. And it's going to go back down into that belly, okay? So just pay attention to it. Inhale, let the belly rise. Let the chest puff out. And exhale, starting from the chest. All the way out to the belly. Inhale, let the belly rise. Up through the chest. And down. Again. All right, do that a couple times. It's kind of hard for me to cue and move at the same time. So we're going to go belly, abdomen, and then up at the top, okay? Inhale, lift. The rib cage expand, let the shoulder blades expand. Hold that breath at the top, and then release it, starting from the top, going to the middle, down to the bottom. Again, up, and back down. One more time, lift up, and down. Take your hands to your side. Take your feet into neutral, where the knees are going to go in towards each other, and you're going to feel a nice expansion. It's almost like your lower back just goes like, it sighs there. It's such a nice feeling there. And then we're going to let them flop over to the left, both of them. If this is not enough and you would like a deeper stretch, take your heel over your knee and let the weight carry you to the mat. Now, immediately you can feel your hip bone kind of come out. You might feel a little bit of a stretch in the side body. Your arms are really relaxed. Release, spine neutral again. Get a nice neutral spine, and then let them slide over to the right. This is fine to stop right here. If you want a little deeper, you take your right heel over the left knee, and then let gravity hold you there. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the lower back. This is great for all of us desk dwellers. If you are a commuter, and you've been dry, if you've had bad sleep, this is great. Or, like I was talking about earlier, if you're just feeling exceptionally stressed, oftentimes we harbor it right there in our lower back and our hips. So just let the gravity do its job. And come back to neutral, feeling that beautiful feeling on the spine. We're going to continue to work this spine by bringing it up and down through bridge. So take your heels real close to your butt. We do bridge a lot, but today we're going to do more of a Pilates structure where we lift off from the butt first. And as we lift up, we're coming up off of that vertebrae up to the shoulders. And then we're going to go in reverse, going from the shoulders, then hit that back of the rib cage, and eventually you're going to feel it in that lower pelvis, and finally onto the coccyx, the tailbone, okay? So let's go ahead and we lift kind of gradually as we continue to come up and push the booty up, come up to the shoulders, maybe even look directly above your head, and then start from those shoulders, hitting the rib cage, lowering the pelvis, all the way to the butt. So you should be feeling a nice stretch in the back of the thigh and hopefully in your glute. Go ahead and push up. And then slowly roll it down. All the way to the butt. Okay, I want you to do something for yourself. Try it in a very fast, sloppy way where you're just going to push up and go back down. Try that for yourself. I know what I feel already. I'm not sure since we don't have our Zoom conversation back and forth, but my guess is you're not feeling engagement and you might be feeling it in awkward places. For me, when I push up, I immediately start to feel it in these ligaments in my knees. And instead of feeling it in the back of my thighs, and I really want to get the engagement back here and a little bit of my ab work, right? So that's one thing that's really cool about slowing down. And I've been making sure that we have opportunities in our practice to slow down. So go ahead and push up, come up to the top of your back, like up to the top of those shoulder blades. Hold it there, squeeze the butt, bring the knees in, tighten up the abs, feel the engagement all the way. Let's hold for 2 cycles of breath. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhale, exhale. Take your mind's eye to your legs. If they're starting to flail out, bring them back in. One more inhale, exhale, and then come down, starting from the top and making your way down to your butt. All right, let your legs do a little windshield wiper from side to side. Hopefully you enjoyed that little moving meditation and feeling where your body is and what that kind of can do for you by slowing things down or speeding things up. And before we leave our back, let's do wind removing pose. Taking your standing leg down, your toes and heels are going to point in opposite directions. Heel goes away from you, toes go towards you. Right hand is going to interlace around the right knee. Now I want you to point the right toe, flex the left toe, and draw it in. Get it nice and close to your body. This is a great pose for digestion. It's called wind removing pose. You're going to take it up, get close and tight to that intestinal wall, and then take it up and over towards the right armpit. So it's not happy baby. Okay, happy baby's out and over to the right. This one is actually still quite close to your body, close to your armpit. And then bring it back to center, hugging it close. Your toe is pointed, the other one is flexed. Now bring both legs together, hug them tight, roll like a ball a couple times. Not really like a ball, I'm thinking more like massaging the lower back, maybe making some circles. And then let the right leg become the standing leg. Heel and toe are moving in opposite directions. Hands are interlaced around the shin or the top knee of the left leg. Go ahead and hug that in, and the left toe is pointed. So we're really paying attention to our movements today. And again, that's really something I like with kind of imparting that in my yogis. I want them to be intentional in their movements, noticing how small tweaks can make big differences. Hold it nice and tight, thinking about the transverse colon, and then go ahead and bring it over to the left shoulder, right underneath the armpit. Left toe is still pointed, right toe is flexed. Back to center, one more tight hold, then bring both of them in. Massage, making circles in one direction. Rotating in the opposite direction. And then take both feet up to the sky. Heels are going to be pointed up towards the ceiling. Grab somewhere along the legs. Maybe it's your ankles, your shifts, or the backs of your thighs. And just let them hug in nice and tight. So you've really been working that lower back without intentionally doing like, quote, back exercises. We've done some spinal twists. We've done the bridges. We've done all kinds of things, supine, which means on your back. But sometimes they're often known as like hip stretches. So you've done a lot going on here. And then release, point the toes, let them fall to the mat. Hands are going to go overhead. I'm bringing my hands into like prayer position, but I have them interlocked. Bring them overhead, reach up. And then we're going to make the toes and fingertips touch. So reach first in both directions, and now we're going to reach together. And let them come back down. And come up. And down. And up. And down. And up. And down. Up. And down. And up. Hold it there. And slowly bring it down. Now flex the feet. Take your hands into pointing, so they're going to be pointed. Bring them overhead, and let's stretch towards the left so that we can get a nice right side body stretch. Then I would like you to take your toes and have them reach towards the center. You look like a banana or a half crescent. So in new moon, we're exiting new moon. You'll be able to see a half crescent soon. Come back to center. Hi. And then reach over to the right. I don't know what that's all about today. And bring the legs towards the hands for crescent. And last time, bring your hands overhead, switch the grip, point the toes, bringing toes to fingertips, up and down, and up and down, up, down, up, down. 3 more, 2 more. Last one, we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees to the chest. Let's rock like a ball 3 times and ending in a forward fold. 1, 2, 3. Forward fold. My family owes me big time today with this dog. Go ahead and find one more forward fold before you release. And then come all the way up. Get a drink of water if you'd like. We're going to go into our flow series. How are we on sound? I'm hoping okay because I haven't seen anything in the chat. And the music's not real loud today. Those of you who we're like midway through August, we're going to stay on YouTube until the end of August, and then we have a new thing. All good. Thank you. Okay, so let's come to the front of our mat. Roll those shoulder blades back. Come into lightning bolt. If you'd like and you're ready to come into chair, please do that. I'm going to stay in lightning bolt, somewhere in between actually. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. And as I come up, I'm going to bring my left leg with me. Flex that foot, hold it there with your back straight, then point the toe, reach back behind you, find warrior 3. It's not going to be a long warrior 3. You're just going to hold it for a second and go into warrior 2. Separate those legs as best as you can. Roll the shoulder blades back. And then look over the right middle finger, left hand comes behind you. If you're starting to feel yourself make a Y, come back in. Roll the shoulder blades down, look over to the right. Now, I've told you guys many times, this is one of my absolute favorites. It's another moving meditation. It reminds us that we had a lot of great memories in the past, but we can't stay there. I'm off balance. I want to look forward to so many new things, but I can't stay there either. I'm off balance. Where I need to be is right in the present. And honestly, I need that in my head just as much as the next guy. I need to be right in the present, exactly for the time that is right now. Unbend the leg, bring the hands up, look up, rebend the leg. Unbend, look up, rebend. Unbend and bend. Unbend and bend. Now take your gaze, look up, look out. Look up, look out. Now I just noticed something that happens to me, and it's very common. This is not like an uncommon thing that happens. When we begin to move in the pose, we can often lose our form, and we end up like this. So consciously bring yourself back to center and move just the legs, okay? The legs and the arms. You're coming up. The torso stays. Come up and down. Now it's nice that I have basically a mirror in front of me, reminding me to stay in the core. But if you don't, take a peek at your surroundings and notice what looks different when you lean forward and when you stay centered. Okay, let's do 3 more of those. And up, and down, and up, and down, and hold it there. Roll the shoulder blades back. Your arms should be pretty hot now. We're holding for 3 full cycles of breath. As we inhale, draw up on the abdominals. As you exhale, lower the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Okay, before you let go, think about the energy underneath your palms. You might actually find it feels like there's a ball that you're holding underneath your palms. Isn't it cool? I really love it when we get to play with energy work. Bend the leg, make your feet parallel, bring your hands to your hips. Bring them up behind you, holding the sacrum, look up, hinge forward, come down. Relax. If you'd like to take Sphinx arms, that's a great time to do it. You let your head, neck, and shoulders relax. Your arms are in Sphinx. Then begin to roll up. Bring your left hand under your face. Your right hand's going to lift. You should be feeling some pull within that inner groin, especially on the left side. And then bring the right hand down. Switch. Look up to the left. Left hand down. Inhale, lift. Bring your hands to your hips. Try to keep your legs where they are. And slowly come up, one vertebrae at a time. All we have to do is pivot that front leg. The left leg is very firm. The left leg, or the right leg is firm. The left leg needs to bend. Shoulder blades come back. Arms come out. You should feel a little tug in the biceps right now. Roll those shoulder blades down. Take a peek at your form. Look behind you. Look ahead. Figure out what feels off and what feels right. And then settle in. Some of my hardest practices have been in studios without mirrors. But what happens is you really learn where your body is. Years ago, I took a PE class for children that taught children what like body awareness was and body spaciousness and proximity and what it felt like to be in your own little bubble. And honestly, that's what we're doing right now. We're creating this sensation of the energy around us. And so that when we unbend and lift our hands up, we know where we are. We're right in the center. And when we bend, hopefully you're staying in the center and simply bending that knee. And come up. And down. And up. And down. Up. Down. Focus your gaze. Look up. Look to the left. Look up. Look to the left. 3 more. I'm hoping that your arms are feeling a little tingly, and I'm really hoping that you can consciously feel before we leave this pose. You're going to feel that wonderful energy. Can you feel that there? Oh, I hope so. Feel it underneath the palms. So much so that it's like you could practically do Reiki. I feel like I could do Reiki on these hands right now. They're so nicely charged up. And let's unbend the left. Bring your hands to your hips. Blood rushes down. Parallel to the mat. Shoulder blades come back down. This time, look up, and reach out. Hold it there. Oh, I hope you are feeling the sensation in your booty. Feel it. Feel it, feel it. Feel it. And now we're going to bring that energy back up. Shift your hips only, okay? Feet are going to stay low. Shift your hips only as you bring your body towards the ground. I haven't let go. I still have a ball of energy there. Coming around. Other side, a little tap. Bring it back up. Okay, so let's pretend like we have that black moon, which is really not a black moon, but the new moon looks dark to us. And we're going to hold it there. Engage the shoulders. Reach up on both sides of the body. Bring it down. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling it. Tap the mat. Bring it across. Tap the mat. and bring it up and down. All right, I'm gonna show you. I'm actually holding a physical ball this time, okay? And you can, this is a great way to practice energy work. So find that wide stance again. Your hands are out in front of you, and you're going to start at the bottom this time. Come all the way up, hold it there, find the engagement in the glutes, engagement in the butt. If your shoulders are up, bring them down, okay? Now I want you to visualize that you have this ball like just right at eye level. And then as you hinge up, you're gonna hold on to it, reach with both side bodies, look over, and let it graze the mat. And bring it across your body and come back up. Isn't that cool? Reach up, opposite direction. I mean, I like to think of cool things like sacred geometry. So hopefully you find it at the very minimum amusing to you. And now I'm going to show you without the ball. My hands are going to stay just like that. Come down first. I feel the engagement in my thighs. I really do. Feeling that nice tightness. I'm holding the ball. I lift it. I pretend like I'm looking at it, but I'm really not. I'm looking at nothing, but I can kind of feel it still. Still. Come up. Reach out of the side body. Hinge your hips. Bring it down. Raise the mat. Wow, I'm shaky. Come up. Reach up again. Opposite direction. 2 more, opposite direction. Okay, so those of you who think that I'm a nutcase, I want us to go through and actually focus in, while doing this, guess what body parts we're working on? Hold it here. I'm sure you can feel it in your biceps, right? And then bring your hands to your heart. Okay, this is where I'm feeling it when I do energy work. I'm feeling it here. I'm feeling it in the sides of my legs, so that outside of the calf. I don't feel it on the anterior tibialis, but I do feel it on the back. When I come down, I'm feeling it in the side body. When I come forward, I'm feeling it all through the glutes. Okay, so if you're not feeling it, think about those parts. We're going to do it one more time. Roll the shoulder blades back. Grab your ball. You have some energy flowing through your fingers. Come out of the shoulder sockets. Reach forward. Hinge down. Wow. I'd love to see like a picture with the ball and a picture without the ball. And then come all the way down. And then come all the way to the left. And then reach up. And then over. And then back to the center. And come all the way up. And bring your hands to your heart. Just some fun stuff, always mixing it up. I like to do that. Bring your legs together. Go ahead and shake those out. So like I said, we're going to do Sphinx today. And I have a cool transition from Sphinx to pigeon, half pigeon. So I hope you're enjoying it. I hope you enjoy it. Roll the shoulder blades back. Find your lightning bolt or chair, wherever you are today. And then go ahead and lift. And come back. And lift. Mini back bend, come back. 2 more, lift, come back. Last one, lift, bring your hands to your heart. Lift the right foot, flex the foot first, then point the toe and lean forwards for warrior 3. It's not a long warrior. You're gonna basically use it to just find warrior 2. Roll the shoulder blades back. Come into warrior 2, unbend, hinge forward, windmill the arms, find your pyramid. Now, if your legs are too far, because mine are right now, you need to bring them in about 3 feet apart. Inhale, lift, exhale, fold. Lift. We're going to just walk our hands to the other side. Hip, feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Hold pigeon. Once again, pyramid, you're gonna feel it all in the back of both legs. Inhale, lift. Walk the hands out, walk the legs out, find plank. Hold your plank, get it nice and loose. Roll the shoulder blades back, hinge forward, lower down, all the way to the mat. Take your hands, find Sphinx. So in Sphinx, your elbows are close to your chest and your toes and heels are touching each other. So it's like we had a zipper from your big toe all the way up to your hair. The shoulder blades come back, the head looks forward, the chin is parallel to the mat. Hold. Now, if you're like me, sometimes when you're holding poses, you're focused in different areas and you might lose something like the engagement of your feet. So get back in, find that pose. You've got 30 more seconds. Hopefully your biceps and your upper arms are really feeling it today. I hope you're sore tomorrow. And I hope you come back on Saturday. And now what I'd like you to do is raise only the right leg. And let it go. Raise only the left leg. And let it go. And now let's tap and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. Do 2 more on each side. Your butt should be nice and warm from all those bridges that we did. And back to your Sphinx. And slowly make a little pillow with your hands, and your right cheek touches the hands and the legs flop open. Take your legs up. Let them windshield wiper from left to right. Bring your chin to the mat. We're preparing for bow. So if bow is not in your practice and you have a strap, then that's how you're going to prepare. You're going to hold and keep your strap there, and then you can kind of just settle in, and then you switch. Okay, so wherever you are is wherever you are. If you don't have a strap, use a hanky. If you don't have a hanky, use your hand. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take both of our hands to the top of the feet, bring the knees close together like we're zipped up again, and then just come up. We're not going all the way up. We're focusing more on the engagement of the knees. So really pinch them together. Pinch those shoulder blades together like the shoulder blades could kiss and the knees could kiss each other. And then release. Bring your hands out and find Sphinx. Lots of back work today. And slowly make that pillow again, bringing your left cheek to the mat. Let the legs flop open, then bring them up. Windshield wiper. You're welcome to return to the prep for bow or go in for the full extent of this wherever you are today. If you're rocking and rolling, it's very good. If you're not, hold tight and get a nice deep stretch. 2 more cycles of breath. Lift, lift, lift. And then slowly release. Bring your chin to the mat. Shake it out. Come back to Sphinx. This is the fun one. Now watch this. You're going to lift your left leg, okay? Bring your left knee to your left elbow. Oh, look at that. Now bring your right hand to your knee. Twist. Ah, look at that. Isn't that fun? And as we unwind, we're gonna unwind, but lift onto that back leg and bring the left knee in. Preparing for pigeon. Look up, get really settled in, get a wide space in between the knee and the psoas. You can stay right here, working on the psoas deep lunge. You can come up on a block and put some pressure on that psoas and the left hip. You can use a block to slowly make your way down and keep your hands in Sphinx. Or you can allow your head, neck, and shoulders to completely rest on the mat. It's your choice. You have 1 full minute. Almost done here. We've got 20 seconds. And if you'd like to come up and work your way into King Pigeon, you're welcome to. Before I do King Pigeon, I'm going to take my right hand to my leg, to my foot rather, the top of my foot. And I'm just going to do a little like kind of pumping action here. And then I'm going to lift the hand and find my King Pigeon. I can also do a little bind and go to King Pigeon. So this is your practice. You do you. Make sure your shoulders aren't coming up to your earrings. And then slowly come on out. And we're going to go straight from here into Wild Thing. So lift up onto the three-legged dog. And then continue to let that left leg go to the mat and bring your hands up overhead. Okay, if this is not a deep enough stretch for you, you can reach out with the legs and get a little more length. And now we're going to come back down, find a nice dog, look at your hands, lower the knees, bring your hands down like Sphinx pose, but your knees are on the mat like tabletop. Roll up for cat, roll out for cow. It's a different sensation when your elbows are in. Go ahead and roll them back and forth. Back and forth. 2 more. One more. And then keep your hands where they are and just simply release the legs to the mat. Now, pay attention to that engagement again. If your legs are out, bring them in. Make a nice zipper from the toes to the hair, from the toes to the nose. Reach back on those shoulder blades. Squeeze the heels. Touch the toes. Bring our right knee to the right elbow. Bring your left hand, slide it under, touch that knee, and unwind. It's a little tricky to cue, but it's really fun to do. Just to feel your body and how one little movement can make a whole new pose. Hold there for 2 more cycles of breath, and then we'll make our way back into Sphinx. Go ahead and go back to Sphinx. Sphinx arms anyway. Your legs still up into your shoulder. Come up on your hands. Come to the left foot only, left toes, and then just simply slide that foot through. Inhale, lift. Get a nice deep stretch in the knee up to the psoas. You can stay here with the block, like we said before. And honestly, the block gives you some leverage. You can even kind of wiggle your way into there and then just settle in for the full minute. Or find your threshold, wherever that is. Maybe it's Sphinx arms. And then come down. So I'm somewhere in between. And with your last couple minutes, you're going to stretch and maybe make your way. I don't think I held that one as long, but you're going to make your way to king pigeon. So I like to do one of these where I'm really stretching that front of the thigh. I can stay there, I can find a bind. I can lift up for king pigeon. Just depends on where I am that day. Occasionally I can get the bind here. Sometimes I'm just too tight to even make king pigeon. When you're ready, you're going to come on out, find the three-legged dog, and work your way into wild thing. So lift, allow the body to just kind of melt, and re-lift over your head. Maybe you stretch that leg if that feels better to you. Just lift it out. Ollie, you're such a mess today. And slowly make your way back into a down dog. Look at your hands. Step, jump, or walk them through. Forward fold. And now we put it all together. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find your chair, lightning bolt. Bring your hands to your heart, lifting up on the left leg in a flexed position. Then point the toes, find your warrior three. And it's a quick warrior three to move into warrior two. Roll those shoulder blades back. Pivot the right foot, unbend, bring your energy forward, lower down, lift up, bring the energy forward again, shift your weight, move the arms, warrior two. Gonna move right into our chair pose. So right foot is going to come up and over. Hands to the heart, lift in for warrior three. Bring your hands to the mat. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Find your Sphinx. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Left hand, thread the needle, bring it over. Keep the knee where it's at. Return to Sphinx arms, then bring them up. Shift your weight, come up on that back foot, find pigeon. Lengthen lower. Back to lift. Grab the back foot. King pigeon. Lower down. Three-legged dog. Wild thing. Back to down dog. Lift your hands. Step the right foot through. Low lunge. Look at your hands. Look in front of you. Come up for crescent. Lower the back knee. Hinge forward. Lower down. Step back with your right. Down dog. Look at your hands. Come up for that low lunge. Crescent arms, hinge forward, lower down, Sphinx. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, left knee, left elbow. Lift the body, thread the arm, unwind. Keep the knee there, bring the arms back. Come up on that back foot, bring the foot through, hinge, and lower. Lift, king pigeon. Moving our way into three-legged dog. Wild thing. Bring your left hand down. Down dog. Sphinx arms, which is basically puppy pose. Lower the knees. Look at your hands. Push back. Child's pose. Bring your hands back by your feet, your heels. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let it melt. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, let it melt. Bring your hands so that you're making your way into a tabletop. Let's do a few more cat-cows before we complete our time together. As you lift and reach and lift and reach. Child's pose. Sphinx arms. Come up into your tabletop. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Feel that stretch. Bring it back. Left knee, left elbow. Should feel really awkward. Bring it back. Child's pose. Bring your hands behind your head to your heels. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. And all we're going to do is just swivel our way to make our legs come out in front of us. So we're going to do Supta Baddha Konasana for our Shavasana today. Bring your heels together. Bring your butt close. And come on down to your elbows and eventually to your back. Before we get into Shavasana, I want you to take your left hand on your belly this time, your right hand to your heart. We're going to do some belly breathing. I'm going to cue 3, but if you get more or less, that's fine. Inhale, lift the belly. Let it expand to the rib cage, up to the top, and then lower from the top to the middle and the bottom. Inhale, expand. Exhale, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, lower. And let your hands float to the mat. Allow you to relax. Feel the energy between toe to toe, heel to heel. Imagining that sacred geometry again of how everything fits together in such a divine way. Shoulder blades are reaching the mat. Gravity is allowing the pull of the thighs to just rest. Your knuckles gently graze the ground. The space between your eyes free. Shavasana. Begin to bring an awareness between the toes. Maybe they touch each other. Wiggle the fingers. Bring your hands to meet the knees. Hug them nice and tight to your body. Let them rock from side to side. If you'd like to take a happy baby here, you're welcome to. If you'd like to take a plow before coming up, you can do that too, because we didn't do many inversions today. So if you're feeling it necessary for you to get one of these in, you're welcome to do that. And then go ahead and come into a fetal position with your head rested on your bicep. Before we come up, I'd just like you to return to your intention. So before we even leave the mat, we allowed ourselves approximately an hour of alone time just to be in our thoughts, to re-engage with our full moon intention, and to be grateful for even little starts. Use your top hand as leverage to push your body into a comfortable seated position. And the same way that we started practice is how we finish practice. Rolling our shoulder blades back, looking from left to right. And now I should be able to make a full rotation in the neck, which is good. Both directions, maybe. And then back to center. And we know we have our 3 deep cleansing breaths, and the routine that we've been using this month is up, in, out, in, relax. We do that 3 times. Sealing our practice, returning to our intention. Inhale in. Exhale down. Inhale in. Exhale out. Inhale in. Exhale down. Again, up, down, in, out, in, and down. Last one, up, down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Shake it out. Bring your hands to your heart. Feel that energy. You possess a lot of energy. And please know that. You have such potential energy in your body. And it's honestly just your kinetic piece that makes it move. So not to get too physics on you, it's right there. All it takes is a little bit of inertia, right? Just a little bit of movement, something that pushes us along. So I hope that you're able to see that you've got a lot in you and you're ready to release it and take it with you to leave this mat. All of your problems and projects, they're still going to be there. But you have this potential energy for good or bad. Take a peek at it. Think about it. Today we did a lot of energy work, which I haven't really done online. So bear with me, because I honestly think that there's a lot to be done here. Take your hands, and when you're ready, you can let them release, being ready to serve. It's been my pleasure to lead you in this practice today. You have no idea what it does for me internally, and I hope that you're able to take that glow and that feeling that you have and the potential energy and reach it out to others around you. Have a great evening. Namaste, and God bless. I'll stay on for just a sec if anybody has a question or you want to know anything. If you wanted to go over a practice, I feel this is one of the things that we're missing from the Zoom. So my outside noise is going to get a little bit louder. We've got a baseball going, or baseball game or basketball game, I'm not sure. But I'll stay on for just a sec. I see that there's 2 more viewers. So if you want to go over anything, we can. Don't forget to post your selfie. It might not be that sweaty today, but I guarantee you're going to feel some engagement right there. Right there. Okay, have a wonderful evening. Good night.